Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Welcome back. My name is Dan Shimony. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a real estate investor. I invest in America, and originally I'm a foreign investor. So basically international all over the place. I buy houses in Milwaukee, in North Carolina. And today's topic is going to be my real estate partner won't do his job, and I'm tired of being his manager. Well, classic example, I got this question from one of my students and he needed some help. And that's why I'm doing this for him and also for you guys. So, hey, Dan, I need some advice. I'm working with a partner, but lately I've been feeling like we might not be on the same page. You already kind of feel like the vibe, right? He's a great guy, really. And we have been friends for a long time, but there are tasks that needs to be done and he's not doing them. For example, calling real estate agents, a task we both supposed to do. Well, there is not such thing as a task that two people needs to do. There is only one person responsible for the job, never two persons responsible for the same task, because this is causing problems. When there is a task, there is only one person that is responsible for it. One person and one person only can be responsible for a task. He needs to make sure this task gets done. You cannot split it into half. So only one person can be responsible for a task. It doesn't mean you have to do that task. Obviously, you can make sure that other people do that, but only one person can be responsible for a task. So already a problem here with what you're saying, but obviously there's much more to it. We will make sure we got everything. Okay, so he said he will do it, but in practice, it doesn't happen, of course. And I constantly have to follow up with him to check if it's actually got done. I feel like I'm constantly having to remind him to do things, and that puts me in a position I don't want to be in. What do you think I should do? All right, let's break it down. Let's first talk about the problem. What's your problem, right? And your main problem here, with all this question, your main problem here is fear disguised as hope. The hope that you are feeling is that he might gonna do that. That's the hope, right? You hoping that one day he will just start calling those agents like he's supposed to do. You're hoping that one day things will change. But behind this hope, there is fear. And the fear here is fear of confrontation. And there are many issues, there are many reasons why you fear confronting him. I'm going to talk about it in just a bit, but you need to realize that you are afraid of confrontation with him. You're afraid of losing him, maybe as a partner, maybe as a friend, probably as a friend, because it seems like as a partner, he's not a good fit for you. You probably fear of losing him as a friend. And also you feel like you need them in your life. And this whole needy sort of behavior, I mean, it's like people pleasing kind of behavior. You probably don't want to do that. I don't really know everything because you didn't share much, but I'm guessing that this has been going on for a long time, right? It's not the first day you feel like, oh, he's not doing his job. It's been going on for a long time. The first issue I see here is fear disguised as hope. But the second one is on your end is lack of accountability and lack of responsibility. This is a big one. You didn't set a clear expectations. You didn't set a clear structure for your partnership. And I'm being harsh here for a reason, because this is probably what happened, right? This is probably the problem here. No clear structure, no clear instructions. You pretty much let it run like this for a very long time. And that caused frustration, right? A big frustration. You probably feel stuck. You probably feel like you paying this guy too much because he's your partner, right? So it's probably a 50-50 split or something similar, right? So you're paying him 50% and he's not even doing his job. That can be frustrated. And it's not good because of you, not because of the partner. I don't care about the partner right now. I care about you. Why it's not good? Because you are using too much emotion in something that should not be as emotional. It should be relatively rational, right? Because we're talking about real estate. That's it. We're just doing business. Too much emotions, too much emotions. And you are basically confusing your friendship with this guy with business accountability. And with business accountabilities, there are no problems here. It's just business. That's it. Just business. We need to do the work. We need to provide. We want to do a good job. All of us wants to do a good job. We came to this business in order to provide to other people. In all of this, there are no emotions. We need to provide. We need to make it happen. We want to do a good job. That's it. Now let's talk about solutions, okay? Because there are probably many stuff we need to do here, but it's not that complicated. And the first step is going to be detach. Detach yourself from this guy, from your partner. You are way too much attached to him. And detachment is not a bad thing. In fact, it's a great thing because you are two separated people always. And it doesn't matter if that's your business partner, your mom, your girlfriend, your wife, doesn't matter. You are always two separated people. And detachment is the first step to solve this problem because it's not really a problem, just mechanics, business mechanics. So you are not him. And the fact that he is your friend is not related to the fact that he's not doing his job under those business circumstances. Maybe to you, he is a friend, but to your business, he is an employee, right? And you are an employee as well. Obviously, you guys both are the owners as well, but you work inside the business. Next, after you detach, and this is the most important step, right? Detachment is the most important step. Realize you are not him. You don't owe him anything, and you can behave in ways you should behave for your business, and it's okay. Second step is have one honest conversation with him and set again, or for the first time, I mean, set expectations, talk about the consequences. And the consequence doesn't have to be like, I'm going to leave you as a partner, because this is harsh. The consequence could be, if you're not going to do that, we won't be able to provide. We won't be able to provide what we need to provide. That's it. That's a consequence. Clear expectation means you cannot really control them, right? I cannot control what your partner is going to do, and I cannot even control what you're going to do. I can only control what I'm going to say, right? So what I suggest to you is have one conversation with them and then tell them, I'm not going to remind you anymore. And be honest here and be responsible and accountable to this. Don't remind them after that conversation anymore. And then there is no partnership anymore, right? So that guy has two options after this conversation, either to step up or to step down, either to step up to his 50% share or to step down to 20% share, 10% share, or just be gone of the company. That's it. So basically it's his choice. And it's nothing bad here. Calling real estate agent, what does it mean? On what days? Like, I understand calling real estate agents. Okay. So calling how many dials? What days? What time of the day? How many times a week or a month? All right. Document exactly what needs to be done. Probably there are more than just calling real estate agents, right? Because he probably needs to do more. And then finally, and this is part of detachment, this is part of consequences, make backup plans. Right now, you feel like you need that guy and you really don't. Have backup plans for critical tasks. Find other people that can do critical tasks. And if calling real estate agent is a critical task, find another person who can do that. Why? Because you are accountable for the business and you need to understand that without this task, there is no business. Find a different one. Find a different guy to do this job and set free. And it doesn't mean that you don't want him as a friend, but you don't want him as a partner if he's not going to do very simple tasks. That's it. Basically, that's it. So detach yourself, have one honest conversation. In that conversation, set boundaries, set expectations, and talk about the consequences. In your boundaries, tell them, I am not going to remind you anymore. And then be accountable to that. Don't remind them anymore. He will have a choice to step up or step down. You will make a backup plan if he's stepping down, because it's your business. You want to improve it. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know if it helped you. Let me know if you face or are facing this problem. And also, if you have any more questions, please write them down for me. And if you will write them down long enough, they might end up in this newsletter. Subscribe if you haven't to this channel, to the email list. I think the email list is absolutely amazing. I'm putting so much energy on that email list. Really, absolutely fantastic on danshimony.com. And other than that, guys, invest wisely, but invest. Bye.